Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Reed Gray, your neighborhood expert, and today we're going to talk about 5 things that buyers and sellers are looking for in a home. So this is for both people, buyer and seller. Make sure you strap in and follow along because this is going to be a good one. So if you're interested in Greenville, but you're not sure what area might be best for you, I've made you a quiz and it's in the description below, and I encourage you to take it as it's a great starting point to help you figure out where might be the best place for you. And to stay up to date with all of my weekly updates here on the channel, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's uncover the 5 things that make a house desirable for buyers and sellers. And as we get going, I want to thank Harrison Williamson with Cross Country Mortgage for helping bring you this video today. All right, number 1, the thing that is going to create a buyer pool for your home is price. Now, buyers often have a budget of X amount of dollars, right? So let's just call it up to $500,000. Now, if you need help finding out what your purchasing power is, reach out to my buddy Harrison, and he's going to help get you that pre-approval if you're using a loan. So as a purchaser, I encourage you to only look at homes within your budget. Now, if you begin to exceed your budget, you're likely going to start creating challenging expectations that may not fit your criteria. But let's talk about pricing strategy for a minute, okay? So one of the best things you can do is price your home correctly. Buyers are not dumb, contrary to popular belief, right? They know what a home is worth and what it is to them. Now, to a seller, someone who's lived in the home and made a life there, it may have a certain value to you. Now, when talking pricing, I always like to tell people that most purchases are going to have an appraisal contingency tied to them, even if it's a cash purchase. So we need to make sure we're in line with where we expect that appraised value to be, given recent sales in your area. Now, I'll use this example here. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, while we could list your home for $1 million, I don't expect it to sell there, given these recent sales in your area. We need to keep in mind the comparable properties that have sold here and indicating what your home is likely to sell for. Now, here's why I suggest using market information and data, but I want you to know that my job is to counsel and advise. You are the decision maker. However, let me ask you this. Do you think that real estate sells for a fixed price or based upon the marketing and negotiation skills of the realtor of your choice? You tell me. Now, pricing a home is a mix of an art and science, and I want to maximize your net proceeds on your sale. However, the market is always going to tell you what your home is worth. Now, in a sense, you can't underprice a home as the market response will drive your price up, but you can surely overprice a home and have it sit on the market. Then people begin to wonder, hey, what's wrong with the house? And the only obstacle really is your price. Now, keep this in mind as buyers generally set their search in increments of $10,000, $25,000, and $50,000. Let's be strategic in pricing on the bridge, as I like to call it. So we gather views from 2 pools of people where they're looking from a starting point. So let's call it we're looking up to $500,000. And then we've got people who are beginning at $500,000. So we want to gather from both. Now, there's a reason that you don't see many homes listed for odd prices such as $527,000. Nobody, I can assure you, has a pre-approval for specifically that amount or sets out and say, hey, I got $527 burning a hole in my pocket. I'm going to go spend that specifically on a house. No more, no less. So let's be strategic about pricing and where we're going to be. So pricing is important and one thing that matters most to buyers and sellers. Now, number 2, everyone knows the saying in real estate, location, location, location. Now, I've often thought it would be a great experiment to take a property in, let's call it Simpsonville, and then price it as if it were situated on a desirable lot in the Augusta Road area. Because of the location alone, that price is going to be substantially different. So when looking for a home, location matters for a variety of reasons. Now, that's going to be your proximity to work, amenities, lifestyle, schools, etc. Even kind of status to say, oh, you live in North Main. Man, rock and roll, go you. So when buying a home, let's be strategic with that location that fits your needs, but also for potential upside and resale value. So location is going to be the one thing that never goes out of style. Number 3, now this is important, is condition. Seeing a house online versus in person can be a lot like online dating, and it's happened countless times. You're excited to go see a home, you get there, and it's nothing like you expected. Sellers, there is a lot that you can do to make sure that your home is in good condition and making sure that your prospective buyers aren't getting catfished. So that being said, clean. Keep up with preventative maintenance, cut your grass, trim your bushes, declutter. You and buyers both want to walk into the house and say, wow, this is beautiful, not, whoa, this is a mess. Buyers want to see your home, not your stuff. Now, another thing that's generally a deal breaker is odor. So get your carpets cleaned, bust out the Febreze. Any unwanted odors will likely make a prospective buyer cross your home off the list. So buyers, let me ask you this. What fits your needs? Do you want a fixer-upper or do you want a move-in ready home? Now, there's space for both of these even here in our market of Greenville, South Carolina. But sellers, let me tell you this. If there's a project that you've been waiting to do and wanting to do, and even maybe a small upgrade that you're like, man, that'd be nice, it may very well be worth it. Let me give you this example. So I bought my house because of the price and the location, and it was and still is in some ways a bit of a fixer-upper. I'll say this, my home has the ugliest dang kitchen you have ever seen. But to me, it doesn't bother me, because why? I hate cooking, so I don't ever really go in there. The nice thing is I can fix it up whenever I want. However, I give you this story to say that if I were to sell my home, I would 100% invest the money to update this space, as it would yield me a significantly higher sales price fixed up rather than the butt ugly kitchen that I'm working with right now. So most people don't want a project, but before you take one on, consult with your realtor such as myself to make sure there's space in your neighborhood comps and it's not an over improvement. Most of the time, spending a little will help you make a lot in the end. As far as condition goes, I'll leave you with this. There's a reason they don't put used cars on the showroom floor. They want to display the nicest, shiniest, fastest vehicles for you, not the beat up ones. So as a seller, there's some things that you can do which will help you stand out against the market competition. And if your goal is to sell for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time, this is for you. So we're talking about 5 things that buyers and sellers are looking for in a home. And giving you 3 reasons. I'm gonna give you 2 more. These are specifically for sellers. So prep work. And let's talk about this. We've already discussed pricing, declutter, and cleaning. Now, make sure that your agent, such as myself, hires a professional photographer. We do not want any iPhone photos to pop up online showing off your house. Now, let me ask you this. Does your home, does it need to be staged? Is it such a unique property that an appraisal would be helpful to make sure that you don't leave any money on the table? When is the most opportune time for you and the market to list? Are there repairs that need to be done? One thing that can help you get more desirable terms on a contract and make for an easier process when setting expectations is a pre-inspection as a seller. Now, everyone likes to have the answers to a test before taking it, so hey, let's consider that. Now, second is who you hire matters. And there's 2 types of agents. The one that do sign, lockbox, and MLS, and then the ones who of course do those 3 things, but will also create a detailed plan for your home as it pertains to marketing, pricing, strategy, and effective communication. So make sure that you check all those boxes to make sure that you're getting the best quality service when selling what may very well be your most valuable asset. So buyers and sellers, there you have it. 5 things that make a house desirable when you're buying and selling in Greenville, South Carolina. I look forward to having the opportunity to work with you. My goal is to not only meet but exceed your expectations. And to get started today, contact me using the information provided on the screen, and make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of our weekly updates. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon.